Hi everyone, my name is Lindsay and I'm the Program Officer for Africa, the Middle East, France, and Belgium here at ISEP Study Abroad. I'm excited to talk to you today about our new ISEP France webinar series that will go over all the aspects of studying abroad in France through ISEP. I just returned from my ISEP France site visits, as well as the ISEP France General Assembly, and there I got to learn all about the changes that ISEP France is taking to help make our programs more accommodating to students at all language levels and various fields of study. I hope this webinar series helps better explain these changes and better helps you advise your students, or if you're a student, helps better find a program to fit your needs. In the comments section below, there are various resources that go along with this webinar, so feel free to click on the links below to find more information. You can also email me at lmotes@isep.org if you have any questions. This webinar is a three-part series, so our first video will cover the different programs that within the ISEP France network. Our second video will go over the course logistics, such as finding course equivalencies, translating credits, etc. And our third video will go over the various sites in the ISEP France network, both in mainland France, Reunion Island, and the French Antilles. So I hope you find this webinar series helpful. Again, if you have any questions, email me at lmotes@isep.org. So the ISEP France network can be broken down into three different program types. You have the Language and Culture program, which are French as a foreign language courses offered to students, non-native French speakers, so international students, students from the US, etc., but students will not be in courses with French students. These programs are offered on semester, summer, or full year, on ISEP Direct or ISEP Exchange, and this is a great option for students with lower language levels, but courses are catered to students at all levels, so it's just a great program option. The second option is that regular university courses in French option on semester or full year on ISEP Exchange only. In this option, students take courses in French alongside French students, so they need to have a very good command of the French language. The third option, and the one we're really beginning to just now promote, is the regular university courses in English. Students can take set programs where all their courses are in English at specific schools, or they can mix and match regular university courses in French with regular university courses so that they're not so overwhelmed with the full course load in French. And this program is offered on semester or full year on ISEP Exchange only. And students should keep in mind that if they have little to no French background at all and they want to take a full course load in English, they should really seek approval from the International PO for France here at ISEP before selecting a full course load in English, because they really do need to have some command of French so that they can navigate daily life in French. So let's talk a bit more about the first program option, our Language and Culture programs. You can see ISEP has quite a few universities in its network with these language and culture programs. The first two in yellow are ISEP Direct Programs. Students can take language and culture on ISEP Direct at Uni Savoie Mont Blanc and Montpellier Troyes. Savoie also has this language and culture program on ISEP Exchange, but it's a competitive option as there are only a couple slots available on ISEP Exchange for language and culture. Below in green are the universities that offer language and culture on ISEP Exchange only: Aix-Marseille, Unicamp, Uni Nantes, and Saint-Étienne for the fall semester only. And it could be possible that we'll be having a new language and culture program at one of our sites, Franche-Comté, in the coming semesters, but check back with us to see if that's something that will be available in the future. So not all of our language and culture programs offer courses for true beginners. Typically, students need an A2+ language level to go on these language and culture programs. So it's important when students are filling out their ISEP application that they still attach a language proficiency report and a personal statement both in French and English so we can determine their level. And on these programs, students will test into their level when they arrive. So they need to be aware that if they decide to go on this program and their professor says they're at a B1 level, they might get to France, test into a B2 or a B1+ level. So it's not a level that will be guaranteed. The following sites do offer language and culture for true beginners. So U Savoir Mont Blanc on ISEP Exchange or ISEP Direct offers this, and Aix-Marseille and Unicon. Our summer programs also offer language and culture for true beginners. So to start, a summer program would be great for your students at any level, but especially at the beginner's level as well. And to hear more about language requirements, tune in to video 2 of our webinar series to learn more about the requirements needed for all of our schools. Our second program option is the option for students to take regular university courses in French alongside French students on ISEP Exchange only. Now, because students are taking courses in French, they're often required to have a very good command of the French language, so we typically recommend that students go in at the B2 French level for most of our sites. We determine language level based on a student's language proficiency report as well as their personal statement in French. And we'll talk more about language requirements in the second video of our webinar series where we go over language, logistics, all those type of things. So check out our second video to learn more about this as well. Now, for many of the ISEP France sites, the B2 language is a requirement. However, there are some sites with more support services where students can get by at a B1 French level, and I'll talk about that more on the next slide. So here's a list of those schools where students can go in at the B1 level to take regular university courses in French. And again, this is because there's more support services, or they may be able to blend courses in English or courses designed for non-native French speakers. So for example, the first site listed there, Montpellier 3, they have a really good program called the Cours RI program where students can take courses designed for non-native French speakers plus 1 or 2 regular university courses in French. So they allow a bit more flexibility. Again, Savoir Mont Blanc, a great list of courses in English where students can throw in French courses as well to create a program catered to their French level. So again, these are the universities that are open to students at the B1 level. The third program option is the regular university courses in English option. And this can be broken down into 2 types of programs as well. You have set programs in English, so these programs can accommodate students with little to no French background because they're designed for students who don't want to take courses in French. Then you have the option to mix and match courses in English from various fields of studies. So these courses can be designed for French students who want to take courses in English. So we recommend that students have some command of the French language background. If they wish to just mix and match some courses in English, they can also throw in some courses in French. And with this option, students can usually take French as a foreign language at any level. It just depends on the university. Now, always remember that because some set programs are designed for native French speakers, it's very important that students check with us and make sure that the program can accommodate a student with little to no French background if they're wanting to take a full course load in English. So we've created a new way to find fields of study rather than navigating the ISEP website, and I'll talk about that on the next slide. So this is one of the main initiatives ISEP France has taken on to help better accommodate students. It's the ISEP France Top Site Planner. And as you can see, it helps distinguish the universities by popular fields of study. So in the top portion, you'll see the course offerings in French and the fields of study that are popular at each university. In the second section, you'll see the course offerings in English. Now, the universities have only marked that they have these programs in English if it's possible to take almost a full course load. So these fields of study should have a lot of options in English for students. And then the bottom portion is the French as a foreign language for students. You can see there's also Creole for Reunion Island, for example. And then below that, you have your ISEP Direct options and your ISEP summer options. You can see under the full-time option for the French as foreign students, you can see that some will have exchange marked there. That means it has that language and culture program. But bear in mind, this is still being created and it's a rough draft, so we are missing some options. For example, in the top section, for the course offerings in English, we hope to have a STEM field, and then we are missing some language and culture portions on there as well. So as I mentioned earlier, we do have programs that offer set courses in English, and these are the programs that we recommend for those students who really want to go to France, but they only want to take English courses because their language level might not qualify them to take regular university courses in French, or even a mix or match of French and English courses. So at the top, you'll see IEP Rennes. This is a great political science and international relations program. It's a set program for both the French and the English program. And on both programs, students can take French as a foreign language at all levels. INSA Lyon has a telecommunications program in English in the fall. U Savoie has two different options, one in the fall and one in the spring. They have an international business and marketing option on the Annecy campus in the fall, and a tourism and hospitality management option in the spring at the Chambéry campus. Aix-Marseille has a very similar program to that at Rennes, where students can take a full course load of English and then French as a foreign language. And these courses, again, are in the Poli-Sci and International Relations at the Sciences Po. Aix-Marseille also has a business and marketing at the master's level in the spring in English. Le Havre has an international management and law program, and also a renewable energy and civil engineering program in the fall. And while that is at the master's level, it is open to undergraduate students that meet the prerequisites. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching our first video of our ISEP France webinar series. There was a total of 3 videos, and the next video we'll have available is about requirements, course descriptions, credit conversions, etc. So we really encourage you to watch that video to learn more. Thanks again. Again, my name is Lindsay Motes, and I'm the International Program Officer for France here at ISEP Study Abroad.